we're going to race. Right, so happy Saturday everyone, and we're back. It's Heartbreak Garage and we are here in the shed. I've got Cody with me, and that is an engine, and I'll explain the situation. We're back at the Ecoboost disaster, and the situation is I've not got enough time and parts I had to come by to fix the other engine, so we have procured, with the help of some friends, this fine beast, and this is the engine that's going to go in Cody's car. I'm still going to build the other engine, but this is just a stopgap, isn't it, Cody?
Yeah.
Why is this a stopgap? What do we need to do?
Get it on the road.
We need to get it on the road because you've passed your driving test.
Yeah, and I crashed my bike, so now I need a car.
Right, so yeah. He crashed his bike the other day and we need a car. Tide's van's off the road as well, my dad's, and we just need to get some vehicles back up and running. So we've got this engine because of saving time, basically. So this engine needs to go in that car. I asked for it to come with a wiring loom, which it has, but then they kindly cut the plug for the main harness, so that wiring loom's perfect, apart from it's got no plug on the end of it. So when it comes to it, when I'm rewiring that with the other wiring loom, I'll have to de-pin plugs off this and re-pin them onto Cody's old wiring loom and tidy it up, but that's no big shakes. So the plan is now is I'm gonna strip some of the ancillaries off so I can get around it and just get it in the hole and make it make whiz pop bang noises. Whiz pop bang. There, that's the plan. So let's get after it. I'm not going to film taking the wiring loom and everything off. I'll get it all where I want it, and then I'll bring you back when we're actually putting the engine in the hole. Right, so we're here with Roy. He's arrived. Hello. He's just been to Greg's.
Hello.
Greg's. Cody's still here. I don't go to Greg's anymore because now I go to the gym, and yeah. But anyway, yeah, my personal trainer, because I'm getting fit to be on the motorcycle. Anyway, I've stripped all these ancillaries off the engine, and I've prepped and found all where I'd squirreled away the nuts and bolts. So now it's time for me and Cody to hoof it back onto the gearbox and get it back in there, and that'd be nice. So I've strategically removed the handle off the jack and laid it there so we can carry the engine from here and place it on the jack strategically. Cody's going to help me, but he's got a wonky donkey leg because he fell off his motorbike, and it's well, I wasn't going to say that, but you know, if the boot fits, do your boots fit?
Wear it.
Just about.
Well, wear them then. Right, so now we need to get this engine in that hole, and then after that, the fun really starts.
Yippee! Come on, lads. It's cast iron.
Watch the start.
Gaz hasn't got his safety shoes on.
Right, you ready?
Might hurt.
Yeah.
Mint.
What we're gonna have to do?
Let's take this off.
Yeah, take that off and take that off.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour. Take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm f***ed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down.
What are you doing now?
Turning the engine over to try and locate the clutch lines on the end of the gearbox.
Right.
We're going in.
I've got this wedged in there so it's not moving. Is that alright?
Just drop the jack slightly. Right, it's in the hole after 10 minutes of struggling. Cody's just mounting the thermostat housing or coolant manifold back on there. I'm sorting out the engine mounts. I've got 3 gearbox bolts in, but it's enough to hold it. It actually slipped on really nicely. Well happy with that. So I'll get this, Cody will do that. I need to check there's a clutch pedal and be happy days.
We're on fire.
Don't need to go too tight with them, mate.
No, I'm trying to get the
Oh, the clip on.
yeah.
You got the pipe on, have you?
Slightly, but the clip's dropping the pipe from going on, so I need to put the clip on and then put the pipe, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, there's the engine mount on. She is holding herself in, and we're just going to help Cody now with this water pipe. Now it's time to slide underneath, get the starter motor in, the rest of the bell housing bolts, and we can start sorting out ancillaries and pipework and bits and bobs. Oh wow, this is nice on a rainy day. Cody.
Looks like you're loving life down there.
Oh yeah, loving it. Get in. Why doesn't it want to go in? Go in. That's your home. There we go. Now she's going in. No, she's not.
I'm gonna try having a correct orientation on it.
I can't see. That's the problem. Can you? Is it like that? Is it like that? Right. Give me a minute. Or is it like that?
Not like that.
Not like that.
Let me feel where the bolt holes are.
There's loads of bolt. There's many bolt holes.
Well, there's one here, one down there.
Yeah.
So it needs to go like
that.
No, like that.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one.
Now you're cooking.
Now we're cooking. Okay, I'll get the bolts in and I'll bring you back when we've got more progress and something interesting to watch apart from people putting nuts and bolts in the holes. I'll just get loads done, I'll bring you back, but I want to do the wiring with you, so have a nice day, because I will. Right, so engine's in and all bolted up, starter motor's fitted on. I need to get some new bolts for a few things. I've got in the back of here, which I need to tidy out, both wiring looms, which I'm going to take home with me now to make one good one out of the two. So that'll be nice. And we'll be back in the morning with a working wiring loom and ready to fit it. Right, so what's going on here? Well, I have the two wiring looms, and this is the wiring loom off Cody's car. This is the wiring loom off the new engine, but thanks to the breakers yard I asked for the wiring loom to be left on the engine, and when I said that, I assumed that they just unplug it nicely and so I could just use it, but no, they cut the ECU plugs off, which was nice. So now what I've actually done is gone round it and I've marked with black tape all the broken plugs. So now I'm going to unpin the plugs off this ECU loom and repin them onto this loom, and then also on Cody's loom, for some reason it's missing all the nice plastic things to hold the wires against the engine. They've just took them off for some reason, I'm unsure why. So I'm going to reuse the ones off this, hello Hugo, this loom, and I'm going to put them on this loom. And also, for some reason, there's no silver tape where there's silver tape on this loom to stop heat damage. So I have got some silver tape somewhere to reflect the heat. So we're going to use silver tape on the areas to match this one and make it lovely. I hope that makes sense. Right, so I'm starting with this abomination, and I don't exactly know what's happened here, but it's all weird and I have no idea. So the plug is actually okay, but the wiring from the loom as it comes off this branch, because the wiring loom itself is like a tree and each section that comes off it is a branch. So this branch here is a mess and it's not worth messing about with. So I'm going to cut this one off and join it in the loom and make a nice job of it, because it shouldn't look like that. And it's got one connector, two connector, three connectors I can see. It's got like 4 connections in about 100 mil of wire, which is never good. So I'm going to find the correct plug on this loom and then swap them over. Right, so we're just getting into it now, and I have cut whatever mess this is out of Cody's loom, and then I've cut the plug off the other loom, and I'm just gonna solder it on, shrink wrap it and make it nice, because this is just ridiculous. There's about 3 joints in there within not a long distance, so we're going to go down to 1 soldered joint and then shrink wrapped into position, and that'll be beautiful. Right, so there is, get it in focus. Right, so there's the first plug I repaired. There's a new plastic finisher I've fitted, and I'm just in the process of, sorry about the shadows, swapping this plug. I've de-pinned this off, where is it now? Off this, and removed those pins, so now I just, oops, fit that plug onto here because this one's got no locking tab on it, and then fit the plastic lock wedge back in, and then do that about 10 more times and we'll be getting somewhere. Right, so I'm like 5 plugs into it now. There's some, that's what we're dealing with there. There's the pins and there's the plug. Just watching myself on the YouTube Dragon Rally videos just gone out, looking for comments. So yeah, the best thing you can use to get these little pins out as well is these little needles. They're great. Right, so progress report. I have finished the wiring loom. I've removed these bits, all other bits off that loom. I've robbed plugs off this loom and repinned many plugs on this loom, so now this loom is fully serviceable and fit to the engine snugly and not rub. I put new conduit in places where it needed it, and get out of there, tidied it up with loom wrap so it all looks beautiful, and I'm hoping it's going to work. That'd really make life a bit better.
Rolling.
Sorry, I've got a face mask on because my teeth are hurting after the dentistry work, but this is the repaired loom for Cody's car. So it's all repaired now and we just need to remember how to fit it to the engine. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Fingers crossed, not too much hassle. So yeah, let's have a look, Cody. So this bit runs behind the engine. There's a bracket there to go on the exhaust, and they're the starter motor wires. This then comes around the edge of the timing case, and this is for the alternator injectors and spark plugs, throttle body, that's a cam sensor, and then we've got our actuators for our variable valve timing. So let's get it on, and don't forget to put that earth on or it won't work. So let's just lay it in position and slide it down the back of the engine. Right, so that's basically how it goes. So off you go, Cody, plug it all in.
Right, I've done my part, now you can do your part.
Alright then, shall I take over then, yeah?
Yeah, I'm too advanced for this stuff.
Right, I see, obviously. Right, well I'm going to plug some things in and then I'll bring you back when we've got a bit of progress. Right, so here is the injector subloom. So it's just 3 little injectors with a multi-plug, and we need to fit this to the engine to then connect it to the main loom. So if you follow me outside, it is getting dark. These down in there, oh, my torch has gone off. Hang on, I need a new torch. Right, so down in there, see those little plugs on each high pressure injector? This is the subloom for them, so I need to poke them on and the plug connects on the top of the inlet manifold, and then put the main loom to them. So this one's a good one that we got, because Cody's one that came with it was all horrible. So we're going to fit this and then carry on with the loom. Right then, sorry, turn my light off, it's dark. Right then, so I've got a lot of the wire and loom fitted on Cody's car. I've got the alternator to the crank sensor up through over the top of here for the two variable valve timing actuators. We've got the two cam sensors here and here. We've got our high pressure fuel pressure sensor here. These are our coil packs. There's the injectors. That is for the high pressure fuel pump and other bits and bobs. And some people think, why is a high pressure fuel pump need a sensor? What is that sensor doing? Well, it's sensing the duration and when the fuel pump is pumping. As far as I'm aware, BMWs are the same. They have a connector on there, and that is so it knows when it's delivering a burst on the pump. So it's hard to describe. So when the cam lobe lifts the pump and compresses it, that sensor knows when that occurs. So you can, if your timing jumps just a little bit, you can get a fuel pressure issue, and it may not start because it doesn't, the correct position of the fuel sensor in the high pressure fuel pump is not correct compared to the correlation between the camshafts and the crankshafts and the camshaft crank position. So you can have it jump or move the timing or the camshaft damage slightly, and it'll bring a high pressure fuel fault on, but it's not the high pressure fuel pump. It could be the timing that's wrong. I've seen it before, and I know it sounds confusing, but it happens. I've seen it on BMWs, never on a Ford, but that's what that sensor's for. It senses the position of the stroke of the position of the piston inside the pump. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But when you're also taking these apart and looking at these, you want to get your finger in there and pull up, and you'll see there's what looks like a little bucket of what you'd get from your camshaft on top of your valve. See that little bucket there? That goes on the end of your high pressure fuel pump, and that rides in there. You see there's a cam, there's a lobe inside there. That rides on top of the lobe and pushes everything up and down. I have seen those burst a hole in the middle of them, and you lose fuel pressure on Volkswagens and BMWs and stuff like that, and Fords as well. I've seen this little bucket smash a hole right in the middle through there and destroy the camshaft, and then you get fuel pressure problems, because then the fuel pump isn't getting lifted as far as it should to achieve its maximum pressure. Probably dead confusing, and I probably explained it really badly, but if you've got any questions, ask someone else. Right, so welcome to the relative comfort of my front room, and I'm just editing this video, and I realised that my explanation really didn't make much sense, so I'm gonna give it you now, and I'm reading it off my phone because I had to get an image in front of me to make sense, because I get all excited and get my words confused. So yes, the Ford EcoBoost engine does utilise the engine timing in correlation with a high pressure fuel sensor in the fuel pump, as the engine computer uses information from the sensor to precisely control fuel injection timing for optimal combustion and performance, especially in conjunction with features like the variable valve timing, which is part of the EcoBoost design. So that's what I was trying to get at. So if you get a fuel pump starting to go bad, or you get issues with the little bucket riding inside of the fuel pump housing on the cam lobe that's dedicated for the fuel pump, it will start throwing fuel pump pressure issues, but you may also get timing issues. I've seen timing issues because of the high pressure fuel pumps in petrol cars on BMWs and stuff like that. I've never seen it on a Ford, but I have seen it on the German stuff. Right, so high pressure fuel pumps in, plumbed in, piped up. We've got all the breathers on, apart from the ones on this side because I need to do the inlet tract on this side. I've just put the coil packs in, and these were some of the plugs that I replaced. So look at that. How nice is that? Look at that, all held in position.
No super
beautifully.
glue.
No super glue. So we're going to change this for Cody's uprated one. Then next stage, I need to find some better bolts for the starter motor, because the starter motor bolts are rubbish. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. Then I'm going to change that. Then I'm going to put all the cooling system pipes on it and whatnot, but not the radiator. Then the exhaust system, induction system, battery, ECU, and we're laughing. So if it don't fit, don't force it, and this might be the end of this instalment.